We made it. It's Friday mornings with Lou-Anne and Tim. And well, we're here every morning. But Fridays we enjoy kind of the best, I have to say.
Yeah.
Mondays are okay. We love seeing you. But Fridays are the best.
Mondays are okay.
Yeah, sure they are.
I don't like Mondays. I don't know how that song goes.
No, but you know what? When you come in here and you get to do this part of your job.
That's true.
Right?
This is a pretty cool job, Lou-Anne.
It is. Absolutely.
If I'd have known that I could get paid to talk.
I've been doing it for years.
I know. I never knew I was worth money. Not a lot of money.
And we're not saying how much.
No, $1.25.
Get your cup of coffee.
Did you know that Magic Mike is a musical? You know Magic Mike?
Really? The stripper movie is a musical?
It's opening in Boston.
What's singing?
You want to go see Magic Mike the musical? Well, sure. I would go if I were deaf.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I notice how they pick all really overweight, not attractive men to actually do Magic Mike.
Do
No. They're all so unattractive. So, I would never watch that.
Oh, there they are. And Channing Tatum, he's not in it, but he's
the
leading.
Musical.
But he's not in Magic Mike the musical, but he's leading the production team. The same same director, same script writer, and he's a producer.
So he's editing and
doing audio? For the musical, he'd be the producer, so he would be helping to bring the team together, and he's an investor, I would imagine.
Yeah, probably, right?
So
what do you think of that?
Opening out of town in Boston and then moving to Broadway.
What? They're going to Broadway?
It's actually opening out of town in Boston for their tryouts, and then they might tweak it and whatever, and then it goes to Broadway. Magic Mike the musical.
You know what? What I just did there reminds me of that commercial about peanut butter. I forget the brand of the peanut butter.
You were a day late. Yesterday was National Peanut Butter Day.
But, they take a bite and they're like, oh! Because it's such good peanut butter that every time they taste it, it's like tasting it for the first time.
That's a commercial?
That's a commercial.
The
dad was doing it. Now the kid's involved.
They hit the table every time they take a bite?
Oh, so good.
Are they talking with their mouths full when they do that?
I hadn't noticed. There's no spittage.
Hey, speaking of commercials, Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
After 11 years with the Super Bowl, they're out this year.
No. How can a Super Bowl go on?
They are not paying the $5.1 million to $5.3 million for the commercial package. That's how much they're charging for a commercial package on the Super Bowl. If you want to advertise.
I wonder if that's a 30 or a 60 second. Because if it's a 60.
It says a commercial package. So I would imagine that means throughout the game. There must be space, I would think, for $5.1 million you would get.
Well, I'm sure the production would be pretty high, but you know what? There's only so many breaks in a broadcast.
There you go. So 5.1 to 5.3 million, they said, no thanks, but they have bought, they're also very expensive, spot just before the national anthem. So it's just before they go to the game.
Right.
Coca-Cola has purchased an ad, and it is, I love this, it is based on a 1975 Andy Warhol quote.
Oh.
Here's the quote. We all have different hearts and hands, heads holding different views. Don't you see? Different is beautiful, and together is beautiful too.
Oh, I love that.
And
way to go, Coca-Cola.
That's the theme that they're basing their spot on.
I'm anxious to see it now.
And they got big bucks too. So if they're saving $5 million on production,
that's a huge thing, because I think a lot of people are thinking, Coca-Cola, you don't have to advertise. We know you. You've been around for 185 years.
What's that picture? Coca-Cola. That's the Andy Warhol picture?
Yes, that's it.
Oh, nice, Michael. That's nice.
Yeah, that is. It's very attractive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh.
So what like the Super Bowl ads, they're always famous, aren't they? People who do Super Bowl ads. Wasn't that the one that Michael Jackson did when his hair caught on fire for Pepsi?
Yes.
Was that a Super Bowl ad?
Yes.
Remember? Why am I laughing that his hair caught on fire?
But you know what? So you pay 5.2 or 5.4, and they're only for the Super Bowl.
That's true.
They don't air them recycle them. So say
that's
you get
huge investment.
Say the game is 4 hours long, you might get 4 commercials, depending if they're 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So for $5.4 million, if you're smart, you would do 4 or 5 different commercials. So now you're talking production, you're talking ideas, you're talking, we got to make a bang here. And then that's it. 5 hours, 4 hours, whatever, how long the game
And you can
lasts.
never use those
and
again.
5.4 million. It's almost as much as you make.
What would I do with $5 million?
I would so sayonara, baby.
I don't understand people who win lotteries and go back to work. Bless your little hearts.
I wouldn't work a day in my life.
Over. No.
No.
Are you kidding me?
I don't even need 5. You know what? You want to spot me $500,000? I'm out of here. If you really hate me on this show, all you have to do is send me $500,000.
That reminds me,
You can't start a GoFundMe page on that.
to get rid of Luann. I want the show to myself. Go fund her.
Go fund her.
Go fund yourself.
Yeah, fund yourself.
Oh, go fund yourself. I was going to say, I got excited.
Yes,
because
you did.
Why? What were you talking about? Oh, you said something that triggered me.
Wow. I didn't know I had that power.
I don't remember what it was. I was excited about something. You said...
There it was.
Oh, the lottery. No, that wasn't it.
When it comes to you, you just take a nap, and when it comes to you, I'll wake you up.
Are you enjoying yourself watching me think about
So there's huge news in the States this morning. Roger Stone, one of the senior confidants to Mr. Trump.
You won't call him
I
president.
will not call him that. Mr. Trump has been arrested
Roger Stone's been arrested.
for
There, look
potentially
at him. Just
potentially interfering with the Russia probe.
lying to Congress.
Yes.
He's been actually charged with lying to Congress.
So you know what? I think Mr. Donald is a little worried this morning.
He better be.
And also,
He's going to back down on that wall.
we're going to have a full package for you on the newscast coming
Are you?
up. So make sure you stay tuned for that because it's like this morning. Just happened 5 minutes ago.
She's going to have a big package.
Yes.
Just like Magic Mike the Musical.
Yes. Yes, I could do Magic Mike the Musical then.
The big package?
Because I have a really important package.
Yes.
Right? Sure. Would that work?
Hey, bad news for
Bears.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Why?
Okay, so you mentioned, was it just yesterday you talked about Bryan Singer, the director, and
Yes,
the allegations
charged with-
against him?
Yes. Not the
no
first
charges
times.
yet. Allegations of sexual assault on and sexual interference with a minor, right? Okay,
Boy.
So young and more than one.
Yes, and this is not the first time the allegations have come his way.
But this time it's really serious.
Yes.
So, the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, otherwise known as GLAAD, they do an awards ceremony and for media awards for people who support LGBTQ issues. And anyway, Bohemian Rhapsody had been nominated in the GLAAD Media Awards for what was the award? It was for Outstanding Film.
Oh.
For wide release. They've removed the nomination.
Ooh.
In light of the allegations against Bryan Singer, they have removed the nomination.
Oh, that's big.
They had previously championed the film because they were saying, right on, it tells the story of a bisexual man in turmoil with his sexuality and then also about the fact that he died of AIDS. So it touched on all of these really hot button topics for the LGBTQ community. There's Bryan Singer, that's the director there, who's allegedly assaulted, interfered with minors. Anyway,
that's big.
Basically what GLAAD said was, we are in the midst of a cultural reckoning, and they would be remiss not to acknowledge that.
You know what?
Hear,
hear. That's very brave because that's a huge political move.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's the entertainment world, but that's political. You can talk about the Oscars, the Emmys, the Grammys. There's politics there. People are, sending gifts to the judges and potential nominators throughout the whole
big
process.
marketing stuff.
Yeah. So this is big.
This is not. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Me too.
But now my thing is, here's the deal. So now let's say you are involved in the film. He was fired before the film was finished. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Who was?
Bryan Singer, the director.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I believe it was 3 weeks before they wrapped. He was fired.
For this?
For Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes, but for the same reasons? For
No,
the same
he
allegations?
was fired. I believe he was fired because he was so difficult on the set.
Oh my gosh! You know what, Bryan Singer, stay home.
Yeah, he apparently. Yeah.
What the heck's he difficult about?
So yeah, he didn't finish the film. But now, so yeah, you've got a whole bunch of people who've invested a lot of time and talent and money and energy, and they, when you work on a film, you love that film, you dedicate yourself to it, and to be nominated for a GLAAD Award for Best Picture would be a huge deal. And now, how do you think everybody else involved in that film feels? But
you know what? If you're going to stand on your morals,
yes.
It can't be about you. It can't be about the work that you put in. Picture. It's got to be about the principle, right? You stand up for a cause. It's about the principle. It's not about all the work that you put in. Those people put in the work, absolutely. They got paid some good money.
Good for you. That was well said.
Right?
You got me on your side for that one. See, this is how conversations work.
Yes, those are conversations. That's what that's called.
I'm going to have a conversation after this break with Kim Doan from the Sault Ste. Marie Kennel Club, and she brought puppies. It's a double whammy today because it is Fur and Feathers Friday, so the Humane Society will be here later, but Kim Doan is here.
I thought she was early. I thought she was from the Humane Society.
No, she's from
you should see the little dogs.
And when you hear about the Kennel Club and the great stuff they do in Sault Ste. Marie.
Looking forward to it.
And then we also have Maria Perella Alaria from ArtSpeaks Archive. So it's a great show today. Plus, there's breaking news with Luann. Stay with us on Mornings with Luann and Tim on this snowy Friday morning. Look at his little tail. Oh my gosh. Kim Doan is here from the Sault Ste. Marie Kennel Club, and we are joined. Kim has brought in, this little fella's name is Linus for right now. And that's Peppermint Patty.
Peppermint Patty.
Tell me how you got these names, Kim.
Actually, we usually do a theme for names.
Because you breed.
I breed. So when we have the puppies, we give them names because you have to call them something. You can't call them all puppy.
Until they go to
their owners will name them whatever they like.
So they have temporary names.
Sometimes they keep the names. And then it allows me to use names that my husband won't agree on. Like I had a dog named Larry. I've always wanted a dog named Larry, so I had a puppy named Larry in the first litter. And I had my Larry. Did
they leave it named Larry?
No, he's Loki now. He's Loki.
So you breed, what are they called?
Havanese. They're from Havana, Cuba.
You're Havanese. You're Cuban.
Yes.
Hola. ¿Cómo está? Benny? Okay. So you how many litters have you
This is my third Havanese litter.
Okay.
I've only had Havanese for about 8 years now.
And you used to breed what?
Newfoundlands.
You know those great big Newfoundland dogs? She used to breed the Newfoundland dogs, and now you've downsized.
I've downsized a lot, yes.
So tell me about the Kennel Club, because that's really why you're here. These puppies are not for adoption. Don't get confused. These dogs
were sold before they were born.
She breeds to sell, and so yes. So tell me.
I breed to have my own to show.
Yeah. Oh, because you keep one, or how many of the?
I've kept one from each litter. I might keep 2 this litter.
For show dogs.
Yes.
Tell me about the Kennel Club and the shows and all that kind of stuff.
So the Sault Ste. Marie Kennel Club started out in 1964. Okay. It was called the Sioux and District Kennel Club, and then in 1966 they changed the name to the Sault Ste. Marie Kennel Club. So they've been around for years, and they had their first dog show in 1966, I believe it was, at the Avery Stadium.
The Avery Stadium?
That's the curling.
That was called the Avery Stadium then?
Avery Stadium.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Probably because Howard Avery gave the property.
Probably, I would imagine.
Okay, so 66 was the first show.
Was the first show, so we've been holding a show every year since.
You do it annually?
Annually, the long weekend in May. Well, that's the dates we have now. We've been doing it at long weekend in May. It varies. Okay. But that's our date with the Canadian Kennel Club. We have that until such time as we don't hold shows anymore. So. Okay. And so, what's the membership like in Sault Ste. Marie, the Kennel Club? We have about 40 to 50 members, maybe only about 20, 25 that are active members. Yeah. A lot of people join because they like to come to the classes, and they can get a discount on their classes.
Membership gets you a discount.
And get a discount on the classes. It also allows you, if you come in with somebody who's a key holder, certain positions have a key to the clubhouse, you can come in and practice on private time.
You can practice training your dog. In the facility.
In the facility. On your own time. And we have beautiful rubber. Yeah, we have beautiful rubber floors. So it's low impact. It doesn't hurt the dogs, and they don't skid on it. So they can go on the agility equipment and things. Agility, it's fun.
We should come there and I should bring the cameras sometime.
You know
what? We're gonna talk. You're gonna come back on the show before the show.
Before the show and tell everyone how dog shows work.
Maybe
so that they can come and check it out and know what's going on.
Maybe we'll come on site and bring cameras, and then you can show us the facility and talk about the shows there. Okay. So meanwhile,
and you can see one of these guys when they're
in action, when they're trained, when they're all groomed.
No, they're not going to be trained, but they'll be a little bigger and have more hair.
And there's different categories, right? Some of the dogs are just there for like for purebred
beauty contest, yes.
But you said that you don't have to have a purebred dog to be involved in a dog show.
For the performance events, for agility, obedience, rally, different things like that. There's barn hunts now. That's pretty cool. We just had a seminar on a barn hunt where the dog learns to sniff out a rat. The rat's in a tube. It's completely safe. We've done that. We've had seminars on scent discrimination to teach the dog how to track a scent, find scented objects inside luggage and boxes and things like that.
You do these classes?
I don't teach them.
But they offer them?
We have, yeah. We've had seminars.
And they get if you're a member, you get a discount?
Yeah.
If you're a member, what about the shows? Is there any benefit to being a member when it comes to showtime?
Yeah, you get to come and work at the show for us, hopefully.
Okay, so
we need volunteers.
What about obedience classes? Because everybody wants to know about that, right?
There's the old style obedience is what people think of is where you walk and your dog has to heel perfectly and has to watch you and listen. That's kind of, some people like to take the old style obedience to compete at dog shows with that. But most people like to take rally or just a beginner obedience class with their puppies, and that's just to teach the puppy manners so you can walk in public and it's not going to drag you down the road and it's going to behave at the vet's office, so take it to the pet store, and it's not going to be aggressive with other dogs. It gets used to seeing strangers and other dogs. It's to help socialize them, teach them manners. It also is to help the owners learn how to communicate with the dog.
I always thought that dogs were ready to go from their mothers at 8 weeks. You corrected me and said there's a good reason why you should leave it a little longer. You like to say
most breeders will keep them a little longer because the mom teaches them boundaries, and at 7, 8 weeks, they're just being weaned. So right now my girl is just starting to teach them if they're a little too chewy when they're trying to nurse. She'll give them a little growl now to teach them to back off. So that teaches the bite inhibition. So I worked nights last night, so excuse me.
Your mouth, that's okay, your mouth is tired.
If I start drifting off, give me a little nudge.
Okay.
So yeah, the mom teaches them a lot of stuff.
Right.
So
and it comes in different phases. So like they're at the stage now where they're learning new things from the mom.
And when they're teething, they go through a fear period. And if they're exposed to things that really scare them at that age, quite often it stays with them for life. Like if they're in a fear period and they're exposed to a thunderstorm, that can stick with them, the fear of thunder. So they'll do that again at 4 months old.
Okay, so we got about a minute left.
Okay, sorry.
So tell me, are there other classes that are available?
There's obedience, there's rally, which you get to kind of have fun with your dog. You walk through, there's little signs on the floor that tell you what to do. Do a U-turn, about turn, go fast, go slow, stop, sit your dog. It's fun. It's a challenge. The agility is really big.
Agility is big?
It's fun.
Really, eh?
It's really fun.
How do people find out more? You have a website or anything?
We do. It's, yeah, thanks.
So now, we can Google you.
Sault Ste. Marie Kennel Club.ca, ssmkc.ca.
ssmkc.ca. Kim Doan, I want to thank you for bringing these beautiful Havanese puppies in
Thank
here.
you.
And for all that information. And if you want more information, then visit the Sault Ste. Marie Kennel Club website. I'm sure there's a phone number on the website.
And there's Sault Ste. Marie Kennel Club on Facebook as well.
On Facebook as well. Yeah. Fabulous. Listen, thanks for joining us on Fur and Feathers Friday. So you and I are going to talk about another date on the show.
We will, absolutely.
To the show. And we'll be right back with Luann on Mornings with Luann and Tim. I'm hungry. What's going on?
And welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim, TGIF. How cute were those puppies?
I didn't want to give it up. She
I
was
thought
"Give
for
me-"
sure she was going
She
home
said,
with
"Give
you.
me back my dog, Tim." I said, "No, they're sold. I can't keep those dogs. They're already spoken for."
Oh, they are.
She breeds to sell. Yeah. She
Oh.
keeps one. She may keep two. So every litter, she'll keep one as a show dog. She
Beautiful,
breeds them when she's ready for
beautiful.
another dog.
And you said they're hypoallergenic and they don't shed.
And they don't shed.
Oh my God.
Perfect, right?
Do they still have teeth and do they poop? Because, that's a game changer for me. Teeth and poop.
I see, even when they come in little and you think, oh, they're cute, you still have a negative.
Well, there's going to be like
perception.
a growth spurt and then the teeth grow with it. And then there's like that coming at you.
Not if they're properly trained.
You're right.
And that's why the Kennel Club is here, because they teach training. They train
Yes,
classes.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? We were talking about Bryan Singer, who is
Yes,
the
we were.
director of,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
and he's there are allegations against him of sexual interference with a young boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently he is still in line
To direct?
Red Sonja is the movie coming up, and it's going to be based on Conan the Barbarian. He's still signed, and still, according to the company, as of 5 minutes ago, still signed with them. Bryan Singer is going to direct for $10 million.
Are there any kids in the movie?
I hope not. But 3 men have come forward saying that he...
When they were teenagers.
Yes. So there's $10 million. What are you telling the victims? What are you saying to the victims? You know?
What are you saying?
Right? It's like, come on.
I know, well, but so what's going to happen in the meantime then if there's, when's this, because he hasn't been charged?
No.
I wonder if
Allegations.
things would change if he's actually charged.
I bet that would change things.
How long does a movie take to make? Months.
Oh, yeah.
Years. Sometimes years by
sometimes it
editing.
takes a long time.
Oh,
yeah.
well.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll fill you in.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
No.
I was so glad that you showed up every day
So I said,
this
you know
week.
what? I'm like, what?
I'm so glad you showed up every day because
Why?
it's
Why wouldn't I?
Fashion Week in Paris, so you're usually there.
That's
showing
true.
them
I am
how
usually-
it's done.
No, I'm usually on the runway.
Yes, that's what I mean.
With
Showing
the broom.
them how
I
it's
clean
done.
up after the models.
All the feathers. Ooh. Well, apparently Celine Dion, who, by the way, is 50 years old,
Yeah.
looks stunning,
That's because
was there
she doesn't eat.
ever. She was sitting in the front row. And then, as the dresses were coming by, she was very curious and very visually animated, really reacting well to the dresses and the designers and
Yes.
stuff. So people love that. So they had camera on
Cameras
her,
on
and then
her.
all of a sudden, she started crying. So when I first saw this story, I thought, is she crying because the dress is so pretty that she's freaking out?
Or so ugly.
Or yeah, you know what it was though?
Somebody stepped on her toe.
The song that the model was walking to was the first time ever I saw your face,
And
it was her
And her
song that
grandfather's
she walked down the hall, the aisle to Renee during
That's what I
that.
said, her grandfather.
So she started crying because it was very emotional. It's been 3 years
Since he passed?
since he passed away.
That is sad.
Yeah, it is sad. Three young men.
He was
left
substantially
behind.
older than she is. Who was
Yes.
we were just looking online yesterday. Holland Taylor and who? That actress?
Yes, I forget her name. Shoot.
Oh my gosh. 30-something years.
37
between
years
them?
difference.
That's, I mean...
And I'm just saying it shows. 37 years is a long time, honey.
It was...
There's not enough makeup in the world.
There was a picture of the couple.
I know.
It was Holland Taylor, who was like in her 70s.
Yes.
And then her partner, who was in her, obviously,
A fairly
40s.
well-known actress. I wish
Sarah Paulson.
Paulson.
Sarah Paulson. They'd been together for a number of years.
Yes.
But there was a picture of the two of them together, and Luann said, it looks like before and after.
With kindness in my voice,
Yes.
always, of course.
Hey, listen, I can't wait to hear the news that you have coming
Yes.
up. So,
Big
yeah,
news.
don't go anywhere. Luann has that right after this break. I'm sitting with my friend, and truly my friend, Maria Perella Ilaria. Maria and I, years ago, went to Sacred Heart School together, and I think we're most famous for our joint geography project. I believe you did the cover page for it. You remember that?
What did we do?
I don't know. It was a geography thing, and I was so happy to have you as my partner because we had to draw a map or something, and you were a genius artist, as you still are. Maria, you're art therapist. No, what's your title? Tell me your real title.
Oh, okay. Well,
what's your real title?
My real title?
Yeah.
I'm just a person.
Oh, she's a real person.
I'm a real person. I am an art psychotherapist.
Oh, that's
as well as a visual artist and a community artist.
Now, where we are right now, we're in the museum. I love this building.
It's a wonderful place. It really is.
Have you encountered any strange goings on here?
No,
okay.
It's not.
Not haunted or anything.
No,
not that haunted.
And if it is, they're all happy.
So look at this. This is an amazing studio space. Tons of windows. Huge high ceilings.
Yeah.
There's dinosaurs hanging above us.
Yes.
And this is where you run ArtSpeaks Art Hives.
Yes. This is where the art hives will be launched.
Tell us a little bit about the history of art hives, because they're a thing. They've been around before they were here.
Yes. So art hive is a term that has been coined by a Concordia University professor.
You went there.
I went to Concordia. I received my master's in art therapy from Concordia University.
Good for you.
And so my alumna has started the International Art Hive Network.
Okay.
And so there is a coordinator who runs that, and there is this professor who used to work in the States, and she started running small community art studios and started referring to them as hives. And as time has progressed, the idea has caught on, and there's like 155 art hives around the world now.
Whoa.
And basically they're community art studios where access is free. That's the main thing, is that you come, and it's not about having to buy supplies or about having to pay for the service. You come and it's free. You come, you participate.
I look around, I see the supplies. Look, we got these. I see beads everywhere. I see feathers. I see. Oh my God. Oh, knitting stuff too.
Yes, yeah. People. So we have yarns.
Yarns
that were donated by people in the community, as well as the Weavers Guild, who are also housed here in the museum. And we have
all the supplies are here.
Oh, they are. Yeah, we have flowers that my mother used to have in the house. We have paints.
Do you when people? So what kind of what's your client base? What's your client base? Who do you like to have come? Or
well, first let's say it's funded. It's funded by the Art Hive. Is funded by the museum itself, as well as Breton House, which is a residential recovery home for ladies.
They contribute money?
Yes, they contributed in order to have the sessions.
Wow.
And Sioux Area Hospital's Sexual Assault Care Center also had some extra funds, so they were able to help fund us for the year, basically.
I'm saying that these funding groups, it sounds to me like a lot of trauma is involved with these.
The focus...
Is it a lot of trauma-based therapy you're doing here?
Yeah.
Correction.
Okay.
You do not run counseling sessions.
Right.
This is not in
my head.
No, because I said therapy. But it is therapy, it's just not a counseling, not an official...
No, this is not counseling, yes.
Okay.
So this is art as therapy.
Art as therapy.
Which is what art has always been, basically.
So tell me a little bit about art and trauma and the correlation between the two, and how art can help somebody who's been traumatized, whether it's through a sexual assault, whether it's through a death in the family, some sort of loss, career.
Yeah. Changing career.
How can this help us?
So the thing with trauma is that it's a full body experience, right? No matter what happens to you, you end up absorbing it and feeling it, and it lives within us, right? And the more we talk about the issue, the more we talk about what happened, we end up kind of re-traumatizing ourselves, because intellectually we keep reliving it, but physically all the sensations, the sights, the smells, the sounds are all still trapped in our bodies. So what happens is if you use art as a way to help release some of those sensations, right? So you, especially in a group with other people, you're able to talk about various things, but you're also able to sort of pick up cues from other people about what kind of materials to use, what kind of colors to use, and you might have a story that emerges from what you're working on, and that story is visual. So each of you can sort of relate to each other in terms of your visual story, and if you need to talk, you can. But often it's more of a visual mapping of what's been going on inside of you, and it's a way to help sort of contain what is sort of flying around inside your brain, and it helps you to sort of make sense. It helps you to make micro decisions. It helps you
because a lot of the time when you're traumatized, you lose the ability to even like plan or think I've heard that.
You get sort of paralyzed sometimes, right? Like you just don't know what to do. Should I go in? Should I stay out? Should I do this? Should I do that? That
So
kind
for
of stuff.
someone to have to suddenly decide, okay, so I'm going to make a necklace with these beads,
Yeah.
and I need to have a pattern and
Yeah.
colors and.
Yeah, and so you have to figure out, so how long is it going to be? What kind of materials will I use? Where will I start? Am I going to have a pendant in the middle? Am I going to have colors that go out in a certain pattern? Am I going to count? All this kind of stuff. So these are, it might sound like really trivial, but to someone who's completely stuck, it really does help them kind of loosen up and kind of make.
And then to
make sense of
realize
things.
also, in a situation when it is art, that there really are no wrong choices. Which
in
I
this
mean, it
case.
does free you up so that you can actually make a choice and go, well, that wasn't awful.
Well, and that's what's kind of nice as an art as therapy session, as opposed to an art education. Come learn how to paint,
Right.
kind of thing. Because then you've got
And you
specific
don't-
skills that
Right.
you can learn.
So it's
Here
very low pressure
experimentation.
too, right?
Yes, very low pressure.
And a lot of the time, I was asking, conversation, got to be a social thing.
That's the key thing about an art hive too, is that it is very social.
So I'm sure conversations must come up around the table when people are chatting and stuff. Do people share
sure.
stories?
Oh, very much so, very much so. Like because much of what we're doing here at the Art Hive, I also do up at the prison, and it's very similar. Like people need to and want to share their experiences with each other.
Ooh, I just
And
found black by accident. It's
Isn't it
going to be
lovely?
dramatic.
It's dramatic, and that's just it. A lot of people don't realize that sharing your story helps you build compassion for each other, but also compassion for yourself.
When do we come to ArtSpeaks Art Hives at the museum?
ArtSpeaks Art Hives at the museum starts Wednesday, January 30th
Oh.
at 5:30 p.m. till 8:30 p.m. And then we'll be every second Wednesday after that.
Do you just come in the front door?
You're going to park at the back and you're going to use the buzzer at the back door.
Oh yeah, there's a buzzer right behind in the laneway by CTV. Come
Yeah.
in there and there's a buzzer on that side. That's how
Come
I
in
got
that
in
way.
there.
That way you don't pay to come into the museum.
Okay.
And,
It's nice that the museum gives you this space.
Well,
eh?
this is why they're a partner. Yeah,
Yeah.
They have been very generous to us, and they very much are interested in creating a cultural hub, and so this is our way of helping.
So
them
you're
do that.
starting on,
We're starting on Wednesday, January 30th.
and then every
Second Wednesday from there on till end of June, and we have a couple of Sundays thrown in. So check our website at the artspeaksproject.org.
artspeaksproject.org.
artspeaksproject.org. So you can check us out there for a schedule.
Okay.
And I'm posting on Facebook. I'm also posting on Instagram. So the Art Speaks Project.
I believe I also found you on Sue Online's community calendar. I think Trina has
thank
you posted.
Thank you, Trina.
She's amazing.
She
I
is.
know.
That's
okay,
great.
So generally you say age range women from teenagers right up to like into their
Well,
40s
actually,
and
on
what?
the Wednesday.
On the Wednesdays.
We're offering adults, so women and men, and youth.
Oh, it's so. I didn't realize you. I thought it was just really for women.
Well, because the Art Speaks project when we started.
Oh, the Art Speaks was for women.
was specifically for women who are experiencing trauma,
This is
addictions, and
Art Hives are for
different things.
everyone.
But Art Hives are for everyone, and we are just limiting it on Wednesday night to adults and youth 16 and
16
plus,
and up.
just to keep it a bit more homogenous in terms of experience and age.
But Sundays-
And then Sundays, when we have our couple of Sundays, one in February and one in May, I think, will be family Art Hive.
Okay.
So we'll open it up to whoever wants to come with their kids and
Come and experience the
Yeah.
wonder that is Maria Perella Ilaria. No, you know what? Seriously, I've just enjoyed. We chatted for a good 20 minutes before we went to air. It was
Yeah.
great catching up with you.
Very good catching up with you too.
You've always done really wonderful and exciting and interesting things in the community, and this particular project is very dear to my heart. Just because I understand how this can really help open up people, free people, and about the bond and the connection that art can bring people together. That it is a really healing thing.
It is. It is.
And you're
It's
a very nurturing person just by nature.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're a sweetheart.
So, if you want to get to know this, I just spit on your work.
It's okay. Oh, and I do have a colleague who's helping me out.
Who?
Lisa Machino, who you interviewed.
Did I?
No, Luann interviewed
Did
her
Luann
yesterday.
interview? Well, I'm going to get her on the show too now,
Yeah,
because
she's
if it's
in.
good
Okay.
enough for Luann, it's good enough for me.
Okay, we'll come back then.
Check out Maria and what she's doing down here at the museum. Check out the museum too. I mean, if you haven't been in the museum in Sault Ste. Marie, it's
wonderful. It really is wonderful.
There's
Yeah.
a bunch of dead owls outside your door.
Dead owls, in the Discovery Gallery. You can go take a look. They're pretty wonderful. They're nicely taxidermed.
Thanks for hosting us today, Maria.
No problem. Thank you for coming.
A pleasure. Okay, so we'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim after this. Don't go anywhere. Laura, welcome to Fur and Feathers Friday.
Good
Humane
morning.
Society is here. This is a really interesting story. Haru. Good morning, Haru. Haru, which is Japanese for?
In spring.
In spring. Haru is how old?
4 years old.
Breed is?
Purebred Shih Tzu.
Purebred Shih Tzu. Market value for a purebred Shih Tzu, 1,000 plus.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. He's 4 years old?
He
Did
is.
I just say that
Yep.
already? Okay.
He's already neutered.
Already neutered. How did he end up in your care?
He was surrendered by his owners because he has allergies, and they were just finding it difficult to keep up with the costs and
All
work
right.
associated.
Now, little did I know about dog allergy. I knew that people could be allergic to dogs, but I didn't know that dogs could be allergic to a lot of. And he has a fair list.
He does have a fair list, yeah.
So, grass.
Yeah, he's
allergic
got
to grass.
He's got food and environmental
Where do you
allergies.
take him to go and pee and poop? He's allergic to grass. So, in food and environmental.
Yes.
Can you give us some ideas of the environmental, like what kinds of things might trigger his?
Certain types of trees will trigger it.
Yeah.
And thankfully, we don't have a lot of the types of trees. So, like more of your Carolinian species that are down south, like walnuts, pecan trees, things
You're not
like
going
that.
on vacation to your Carolinas,
you're
there,
not,
my boy.
You're not allowed to go to Toronto.
Okay.
But then the grasses and
Food allergies are a little less tricky, I would imagine, because of the food that's out there. The people are making food for dogs who have allergies.
Food
right?
allergies in both dogs and cats are quite common.
They are common. Huh?
They are, yeah, especially with a lot of the fillers that they use.
Like what?
Corn, even rice sometimes.
He's allergic to rice, you mentioned.
He is. He's actually allergic to potato too, which unfortunately sometimes is
a
used.
filler?
Yep.
You also said barley and oats.
Barley and oats. He's allergic
allergic
to
to-
carrots and peas.
Yeah, but you have a full list of his allergies.
We do. Yeah, we have the allergy testing. It's a 6-page.
He was well loved.
He was.
It must have been very difficult for these owners to make this decision, but they realized they needed to give him to somebody who could actually take proper care of him.
Yep.
So they did a brave thing.
They did. Yeah, they did the made a hard choice, but it was a good choice for them.
And you said that they obviously love this dog very much. He's a bit spoiled.
He is.
He'd like to be an only dog.
He would, yeah. He likes quiet. We don't have him on our dog side. We actually have him in one of our cat rooms.
Because he likes the quiet.
He wasn't handling the noise of the dog runs very well.
So he's not barky, obviously.
No, because he was going to get kicked out of the cat room if he was noisy.
So he's not noisy.
No, he's a good boy. He knows.
Completely house trained.
Yep. And he'll say, if I tell him to go to bed, he goes in his little cage.
You said that he's bonded with you in 4 days.
Yeah.
Like you're his new best friend.
I am.
Yeah.
It didn't take very long.
So he's got a great personality.
He really
obviously.
does. Yeah, and I mean, a new owner, with how quickly he did the bond with me, I mean, a new owner would have no problem with him.
Now, I said, well, how do you take him outside to pee and poo and stuff with the environmental allergies? And you said as long as he's on his medication, that can combat a lot of the allergies.
Yes, and our vet here in town that we talked to about him said, like, for medication-wise, in the winter, it's not as necessary that he be on the medication, and in the summer, just keep him on his medication, and it would keep it at bay.
And I was talking expense-wise. So my dog Tippy, she's on medication. I think I spend about $120 every couple of months for her Addison's disease medication. You were saying for the allergy, maybe $200 for 100 pills.
Yes, and that would, in the summer, I mean, that's 3 months. In the winter, that goes a lot further.
So you might be looking at about $600 in medication for this dog to keep him
For the year, yep.
For the year, which is not bad.
No, and there are, moderately priced food options that you can get at the pet store.
Right. Okay. So if you have a home, a quiet home, and you're looking for a companion who is already trained, neutered, and is beautiful. He's a beautiful companion. Oh, hi, buddy. Sorry. Then you can adopt this beautiful dog at the Humane Society. Laura, we know where to find you. You're on second line. Weekend hours.
Noon to 5.
Noon to 5, and then during the week.
11 to 5.
11 to 5. Go and check out Haroon, and you can talk to Laura. And once you have a vet locally in Sault Ste. Marie with this dog, you will also have all kinds of options for how to treat this dog's allergies and special needs. Vets are great for walking you through different options and stuff.
Absolutely. There are a lot of options for allergies, so.
Laura, have a great weekend.
You too,
We'll
Tim.
see you next week.
Yep.
And we'll be back to say goodbye with Luann on this fabulous Friday.
And welcome back. Just before we let you go for the weekend, that poor little pooch. I asked you, I said, because you know what, like to me it's like if your baby has allergies, you're not giving your baby away. But you made a good point.
That we don't know who those people were, but
Right.
I think it might have been a situation where it was the financial aspect
Yeah.
of it. $600 a year for medication alone
That's
for the
a
dog, never
lot.
mind the other bills and the special food. That could be daunting, especially if someone's living on a fixed income. So
Absolutely.
they
That's
did
a
the
good
right
point.
thing. They did the right thing. They
So
knew
adopt him, that poor little guy.
because they
He's so
also showed up to the
cute.
Humane Society with all of his special needs. So
Yeah,
you know
that's
they loved
good.
him.
Yes,
Hey, listen, have a
absolutely.
great weekend. We'll see you Monday morning. Take care, Sault Ste. Marie.
Bye.